What's up, y'all? I hope that everybody is having an awesome holiday so far. Now, I've told myself multiple times I'm not really going to review Game Pass games because, what purpose is there really in that? You can just download the game and try it for yourself. You don't need some reviewer's opinion on it. But I told myself with High on Life, fuck it. There's not really any other notable releases in the indie or AAA world until January, so we might as well talk about Game Pass's biggest debut of 2022. Wow, that's crazy to say, especially with how stellar of a year Game Pass had. Anyways, I'm going to do my best to keep this one short and sweet. If you don't know, High on Life is created by Justin Roiland, most known for being the co-creator of Rick and Morty, as well as the development company Squanch Games. Squanch Games is most known prior to High on Life for their VR games. And while I personally have not gotten the chance to play any of them, I have watched playthrough clips on Trover Saves the Universe, and that game's funny as fuck too. And if you don't have a VR system like me, you should go check out some clips. You won't regret it. Anyways, now I have heard some grumblings of people not enjoying High on Life, and that's fair. Different strokes for different folks. The humor's not going to be for everybody. If you don't find shows like Rick and Morty funny, then of course this game is not going to appeal to you. But I can say confidently that this is an objectively amazing game for a few simple reasons, regardless of if the humor is your cup of tea. So let's get to it. So before we get into the meat of this review, let's set up the backdrop. So High on Life tells the story from a regular teenager's perspective, as Earth gets invaded by an alien cartel known as the G3. Moments after the invasion, you hear a muffled, unrecognizable language of what will become the star of the show, your first talking gun, Kenny, voiced by, of course, Justin Roiland. And from there, you're talked into becoming a bounty hunter in order to take down the infamous cartel that I mentioned earlier. You see, the G3 have intentions of farming these newfound humans to smoke them out of their gravity bongs and get fucked up. Hence the name High on Life. As far as stories go, I've gotta say this is one of the most unique and interesting concepts that I've encountered in my 20 plus years of gaming. And I'm thankful for how interesting it is because while the gameplay is slightly above average in the shooter field, if it wasn't for the beautiful, vibrant alien world, the quirky concepts and characters, and this being hands down the funniest game I personally have ever played, the gameplay alone would not have been able to hold my attention through the 8 to 10 hours it took me to complete the game. The gameplay is kind of like an old school shooter with a few modern amenities. And some surprising cues from Metroidvania. Sorry, I burped a second ago. But if you've watched my channel before, you know that Metroidvanias are my jam. But altogether, it could have used a little bit of refinement in terms of the responsiveness as well as enemy variation. But where Squanch Games falls a little bit short in terms of gameplay mechanics, they more than make up in the overall experience. You see, High on Life is a game for psychopaths, and I mean this in the best way possible.
My day just became very full.
Well, hey, what are you doing?
Are you gonna be okay if we just kind of leave you hanging up there?
Oh, yeah, I can get down just fine. Hanging from ropes feels nice for my... I can't feel that, though. You being honorary torque. You're minus 10 torque. Stop it!
Are you gonna be okay if we...
Come on, that hurt. Actually, this is pretty spot on torque behavior. Yeah, I made the right call.
Nice! We killed another boss. I think, like a bonus secret boss. Good work.
Gamers who on their first playthrough of a game continuously test the limits of developer designs by, for example, trying to kill their quest giver's cat or trying to shoot the baby in the crib in that one mission on Call of Duty. I think more of us than not fit into this category and are increasingly jaded by the lack of options or at least the lack of recognition of gamer tendencies. Most games are so focused on the story that they want to tell as well as what they want you to do that they might as well just be movies. And to be fair, these type of mechanics do not make sense for all games. God of War and Callisto Protocol, for example, were excellent games in their own right. but I think everyone would agree that one thing both of these titles failed on in a huge way was the restrictiveness of it all. And that's why High on Life is such a breath of fresh air. It's no wonder that the game has been such a huge hit among gamers. The amount of dialogue that has been set aside purely for the intention of allowing you to test High on Life's limits is absolutely absurd. From the game calling you an idiot if you pause the game instead of using the right trigger during the tutorial section.
Maybe we should go back to the house.
Ignore her. It's very important that you listen to everything I say. Okay, it is your lucky day right now. We can survive this together if you just listen to me. Those G3 guys are gonna turn your whole species into drugs. Can you handle a gun? Because, you know, I'm kind of a gun, and if you don't use me to kill those G3... What the fuck? You just paused the game. This doesn't help at all. Are you an idiot? Everyone knows pause button. In what fucking game is the pause button shoot?
To the game's dialogue, if you, for example, were to wait an hour for the door to open during Douglas's boss scene.
Big deal. That one was easy. We lied and said it was hard to scare you. Oh, it's fun to freak you out, to fuck with your heads. Now get ready for exercise 2. It starts in 1 hour. That's right, you have to wait a full hour. We're testing your resolve, so just stand there patiently and wait. Then this door will open and you can continue. Okay, good work. You waited an hour. Whoop-de-doo. Congratulations on having resolve. We are so proud of you for being able to wait and do nothing for an hour. Just sit on your ass for 60 minutes? What an achievement. Kudos to you. Hope you felt like that was worth your time. Hope you and your ass got some enjoyment out of that. Anyway, here we go. Door opening now. Hello again. If you're seeing this video, it means the door got stuck. So we're sending a guy to fix it. He'll be there in a week or whatever, when he's available. Just sit tight. There's enough air in there, I promise. But there isn't enough food. So enjoy starving to death. Here's some TV in the meantime.
It's not an over-exaggeration to say that we would be sitting here all day if I were to mention every variation and possible outcome in terms of sheer dialogue that Squanch Games has on display here. This game is from beginning to end jam-packed with jokes, skits, and miniature experiences that you'll never find in another game. Here on this channel, I'm always going to rate unique games when they work higher because they push the medium forward more than their counterparts. Games like this are why I fell in love with games in the first place. And that's why I'm giving High on Life an 8.5 out of 10. And if you're not on probation like I am and you're getting high as fuck while you play, it's probably like a 12 out of 10. Either way though, take it or leave it. Happy holidays, y'all.
Look who just stepped up in the place. Oh, hey, what's on TV?
I guess it's supposed to be porn, but it's like alien porn, so I don't know. I honestly have no idea what I'm watching. I mean, I was able to get off to it like after a while. Honestly, now I love it though. Not sure why they want me to jack off this much, but you know, I'm happy to do it. Like all the tentacles and the moving parts, I don't know, there's something really endearing about it. Yeah, I like it a lot actually. I mean, if I ever get out of here, I hope I can like bring this with me at least. I mean, I don't even think I could go back to normal porn after this.